Welcome to Academy Answers Podcast, a show dedicated to inspiring and providing actionable advice on life, business, happiness, success, and reaching your full potential. Have you ever felt frustrated that life isn't working out the way you expected? Have you been searching for answers without success? You've come to the right place. Each week, we bring you perspectives, ideas, and actionable content. We share with you proven and time-tested step-by-step strategies to help you live the life you deserve and make your dreams a reality. From health to finances to relationships to business, we provide the insights and strategies you need to reach your full potential. So buckle up and plug in, because Academy Answers Podcast is about to take you to a new level of personal success.
Morning, guys. How you doing? Welcome to the Academy Answers Podcast, where we talk about happiness, success, and full potential, life and business. The idea that you can use your God-given gifts, the thing that is in you, that thing that makes you uniquely you, that thing that burns inside of you, your desire, your special abilities, you can use that to create the life you want. And today I want to talk about business. I got a question from somebody who's just starting out in business, and they want to do a small brick and mortar business, and they wanted me to identify a few things, and I'm going to go about 3 or 4 things that is important to note that people often miss, because the struggle is that the big picture and the shining example that is in front of you are these big corporations and these fancy things you see on TV. But the big brands and how they do their thing barely applies to you. It absolutely is a different business model that they're running. They have different set of realities when they're doing business. So it's nice to want the uniforms. It's nice to want the Apple computers. It's nice to want the beautiful layout and the way they do things. It's nice to want that. But you got to focus more on the things that will be applicable to you. And I show you where most people make the mistake as a form of something that you're supposed to be looking at carefully as you start your small business. Most people make the mistake when building with their people. A hiring mistake, a recruiting mistake. What I was saying to one of my staff the other day is that you are not trying to create the right people for your business. You're trying to find the right people for your business and mold them into the way you want them to be in that particular business. In other words, you have to find people who are natural fit and who have already natural inclinations, abilities, and liking to a specific role, and you get them to apply that to a similar role in your organization. What do I mean? So somebody likes people. They like to talk to people. Now, you have this place, you have this guy, it's 2 people at the front of your store, and you have a guy who has a nice personality, and he's at the front. It shines through. People come to them. If you have a guy with a poor personality who don't like people and you just hire them and put them at the front, people will stop coming there. That's different with Walmart, Target, BJ's, Costco's. If you're mean, you could be in Costco for 25 years because you work 7 hours a week or 25 hours a week, and it's scattered, and there's 15 other people that people can talk to and go to, and they avoid you. These companies have the luxury of that. Furthermore, the power of their brand and the level to which they are able to command a good price and the delivery of certain products in the marketplace makes it more likely that a customer will tolerate their poor staff, rude staff, and still go there. When you're a small shop, somebody will walk past you and go right to the next person who's a little nicer. Somehow, these brands have managed to become household names. They get away with more bad behavior than small businesses do, and they are easily forgiven. So someone will be in a big piff with Walmart, and they go back and forth with them for 5 weeks, and every week they're still going into Walmart to buy Walmart stuff. If you run a small business, nobody's doing that with you. The minute you piss them off 1-2 times, they're done. They're gone. So these big brands have the luxury of getting away with poor customer service and poor value and horrible customer experience. One, customers forgive them quicker. And two, they command a greater position in the market and dominate certain aspects of a product offer that people find irresistible and is willing to go there for it despite the circumstances that presents itself there. And sometimes you see a big chain store in your neighborhood that always messes up your order. Whether it's be Burger King, McDonald's, whatever, they always mess up the order. But the guy just goes to another Burger King. Still a Burger King brand. If you have a small shop and let's say you're selling, you're selling beauty supplies, products, and you keep giving this customer substandard product, they just go to another beauty supply. It's not yours, just another guy, your competitor, get the business. So that's one thing you have to note. You have to be careful when you're hiring, and you have to find the right people. And while I understand, because I've been running small business for a very long time, my first paycheck when I left college, I used it to open a barber shop and a beauty supply. And I've never turned back since then. I've tried over 20 hard businesses. Many of them have failed, but I've learned a lot of lessons. I've been there in the trenches. The most you will learn is by doing, and you hear me say that all the time. People are the most important element in your organization when it comes on to the factors of delivering, factors and the input that goes into delivering a quality product and building a brand. It's the people. That's why you hear that people don't quit companies, they quit managers. And when you start out, you might have to fill some positions, and you might have to go, because you might be in a situation, because small businesses usually start sometimes on the fly and people get going. But when you get going, you have to be careful. You have to be diligent and deliberate about how you fill your important roles. You have to decide on the vision for the company and how to fit people in the role to carry out these larger vision. That's the first thing. Second thing, there has to be a plan for you not to be working in the business. It might not be now, but there has to be a plan for you to be working on the business. And I get the people who are artists, the people who are technical people, and who want to be touching the job and who want to always be doing the job. I get that. But you have to have a real conversation with yourself. So listen to this carefully. If you like to do interior decorating and it's your passion and that's what you want to be doing forever, I have no business telling you or deciding for you what you want to do forever. You might think that starting a design agency might be the thing that you want to do. That's fine. That is okay. Now, please All I'm asking is that you think it out. Think it all the way through. Understand that you will be selling your time for money, or you will only be able to scale to a certain point. And there are some consequences that are attached to that. What do I mean? Okay, you're a design business. You start your design business. You walk away from your job. You're doing your work, and you got 2 years in, and you're making money, and you're paying the bills, and you're going on, and you get sick, or the market changes, and you are late in your years, and you don't want to go back to the 9 to 5. What happened to your financial future? I've seen this happen so many times. People run a business that paid their bills for 25 years and get burned out because they have to put so much effort in to keep it going because they are at the center of it that it tops out on them. And they can't go any further. They have no more strength. They have no more tenacity to do it. And things start to dwindle. The market changes. The whole keeping up with it becomes so heavy and hectic. And it just all come falling apart. You see it with people running laundromats and all these stuff. Because they are not working on it, they're working in it. And everything falls on them. They're not able to take a vacation, they're not spending time with the family, and they're not living a healthy lifestyle. All sorts of things that cause their lives to come crashing down. So there is no plan or system in place that have them in a sacrifice or in the grind for 5 years and then it transition into another stage. So they just keep going and going and going. So how do you avoid this? Because nobody wants this to happen to them. No matter how you love the craft, you don't want the craft to take your life. You have to have a definite plan. If you want to be doing designing, if you want to be doing construction, if you want to be doing that thing forever, you have to find a way to build external investments that can sustain you. So go get some real estate, go get some stocks, go invest in something else, and use that to shore up your future and bring in additional income, and cover the downside, and build your reserves, and keep doing what you do. You don't have to scale. You don't have to get 1,000 guys to stop to do it, and then you don't get to do it, and you deny yourself of the art of demonstrating and releasing your artistic qualities. You don't have to do that. If you're not an entrepreneur by heart, you're not an entrepreneur by heart. Some people are entrepreneurs, some people are technicians. Some people start to drive an Uber and they don't care about driving an Uber. Or they don't care about driving a truck. They start to drive a truck and they don't really care. They just want to have 50 trucks, and the truck is the thing that they like, but they don't care about driving it. They would prefer to have 50 trucks and 50 guys running the truck, and they're somewhere figuring out how to get 25 more trucks and to get to $50 million or $100 million or $1 billion. And that's what they want to do. There's some guys who get thrilled driving a truck, fixing a truck, painting a truck. That is okay. Nobody is supposed to tell you. But I'm telling you that do not go into business and have your wires crossed. Like not sure where you're going with this, saying that you would like to have 50, but you pretty much don't want to do that. Or saying that you'd like to get a guy to do this stuff, but you're looking for a guy who's perfect. Because as entrepreneurs, we don't do that. We find a guy who is 70% as good, and we find a way to manage the other 30. He's 60% as good as what you expect to be. We find a way to manage and accountability the other 10, 15, 20, whatever we need to get to an acceptable delivered product. But that's what we're doing every time. And products are never perfect. Products are never perfect, but we get it decent enough. and we keep working on the improvement of it. So you got to be careful of that and know what you want in terms of how you're going to have an outlook on how you're going to work your business. You have to know that. Third thing. You cannot grow by osmosis. You have to have a growth plan. And growth is as essential to your business as is your product. Because you either grow by going forward, or you go backward. There's no such thing as stagnation. Inflation will come, competitors will come, all sort of stuff will happen in the marketplace. Recession will come, and it is growth that is your greatest defense against these things. You got to decide what are your targets, how you're going to hit the targets, or you're going to hit a higher target. Like a full plan. A plan doesn't always have to work, but at least you have a baseline of what didn't work, or you have a framework of what to go for, what to look forward to making happen. You are not just going all over the place. You have a structured approach. And the thing with a structured approach is that you know what to tweak, what didn't work, where to move from. You're not running all over the place, and you have something that you can look at. What do I mean? Okay. All right, here's it. I'm trying to sell t-shirts. I am going to have this website that showcase my t-shirts. I'm going to have Facebook ad and Instagram ads. I'm going to spend $10 on it every day at promotion. And at the end of the week, I'm going to see how much money I make back. That's easy. It's good. You set up the ad account, put your credit card on, the money goes out, the ads go out. At the end of the week, you have spent $50, you have run 50 ads or 10 ads, split the ad test, do different ads, and this is the results that you get back. That's a plan. You know, it's measurable, it's achievable to sell 50, and it is time-based. You can, what they call SMART goals. It's specific, measurable, attainable, and time-based. Realistic and time-based. If you're just in a vacuum, hey, I have t-shirts to sell, post this today, post that today. I didn't get to post yesterday, I just post tomorrow morning. Oh my God, I forgot to post yesterday evening. Or I should post again. No, I post so much time today. That's not a plan. You have to have a campaign and a calendar of how you're going to do this thing. So you have to have a growth plan. And the last point I'll touch. Know your numbers. That's just a must. You must appreciate your numbers and know your numbers. And it's okay if you don't like to crunch everything, but I beg you, spend $50, get yourself a software, QuickBooks, one of these intuitive accounting stuff that pulls sales, expenses, cost of goods, inventory costs, salaries, bills, taxes. Just get one of those things and plug your numbers into it, or pay someone to plug the numbers in. If you are not measuring, if you don't know your numbers, you don't have a business. Know your numbers. You don't have to be an accountant. These things are easier. Get someone to put the numbers in. When you put in, I bought 50 t-shirts for $10. I spent $25 on gas. I spent $30 on design. I spent $5 on Facebook ad. Pay a guy $25 to design this. You just put them in. You put them in. You put them in. You put them in. All you got to do is at the end of the week, at the end of the month, you click one button. It will show you what you spent, what's expenses, what's sales, what's cost, and you have an intelligent compilation that you, even if you can't read and figure out, you can get help in 5 minutes. If you don't have that, and you need help and you need guidance, There's no one who can help you. They'll be rolling a pile load of general information off their tongue to give it to you. And by the time you sift through all of that, it will not really help you. If you compile these numbers and you go to the person and you say, okay, these are my numbers, they'll help you in 5 minutes. I guarantee you. They help you in 5 minutes to put into perspective, know what's going on, and be able to give you actionable advice. So those are my 4 things. They go on out there. I love entrepreneurship. I love business. But sometimes we jump in and maybe it is either the overwhelm, the frustration that comes from the overwhelm, or the honeymoon period that gets us all twisted, and as human beings we get carried away and we really never set a structure, and then we don't know that our tires are bad until we hit the slippery slope or we hit the bad road, and now we're trying to stop or trying to course correct, and we cannot course correct because we did not make our pit stops, and we did not check our tires, and we did not check our brakes because the road was good. When the road gets bad, we spin out, and although we've made advanced 25 miles down the road, now we crash, we spin out, and we have a year, 2 year behind to recover. And the 25 miles that we have are ahead has diminished. Time has passed and we're heading into problems, if you understand what I'm saying. Have a good day, guys. Always a pleasure. Thanks for listening. See you on the next podcast.